Like I said, with this story here, this is good with John Moxley talking about taking over a company. But if Shane, like I said, if Shane McMahon's not involved, we don't see him show up on TV saying, of the whole reasoning behind taking over the company, then it just won't make sense for any reason whatsoever. It just will not make sense. And if it don't make sense, you know where it's going. You guys already know where I'm going with this, right?
What's gonna happen? No. Words? No. You just made the list.
Yeah, so we'll make the list if it does not get better and improve. So that's we do not want that. Like I said. And then two, there could be a good story developed with Ricochet and Sammy Guevara. Could be a good story there, but it has to be a story. Now we know these two had a one-off match, and they more likely will never wrestle each other again because storyline don't make sense. Sammy Guevara is the tag team champion. How can he really have a program with Ricochet, who just came onto the scene in AEW? Now they said they're getting better with story. If you guys know, there was a recent interview by Adam Copeland, formerly known as Edge. He says it right here that there could be. He says right here that he says that AEW is shifting to more storytelling focus, and this was earlier on social media on X. So he said they're trying to get better with storytelling. We got to keep an eye on that and see what the next move is going to be. Is that really the case? Because AEW got the right people in the company. They have a lot of talent from the names of. You got a lot of star making names. You got Mercedes Moné. You got Will Ospreay. You got Ricochet. You got, a lot of championships over there, but you have no story. So maybe they will finally start telling a story. Maybe they finally will bring that to light. That's what I would like to see next with AEW. So if they said they're shifting over to that, I would like to see it. Hopefully, it's not just some type of fairy tale. I really hope so because we got two shows coming up. And I'm telling you right now, no one tells stories better than WWE. I don't care what anybody says. No one does it better. They just don't. I don't see how anyone could tell it better than that. I don't see it. I mean, they just keep going on and going on and going on, and it just does not stop. And like I said, since they said they're going to do that now. Since they said they're going to focus more on storytelling, it's going to be a verdict for that. We got to see what the next move is going to be for that. Because, like I said before, two things I'm going to keep an eye on. As well as the obvious, I'm going to keep an eye on, guys. It's going to be two events. Like I said, it's two dates we got to remember here. I mentioned them earlier. We're going to see who told the better story. We got September 25th and October 1st for stories. Two stories. And the stories here is going to be first. First off, it's going to be Grand Slam, September 25th. We're going to see what stories are they going to develop here. Nigel McGuinness, what's the story? Now my question with him, is he back to being a full-time in-ring competitor? Is he doing this part-time? Is he starting to do a couple matches? Or he's permanently going to do that? Or he's just going to do a few matches, go back to commentary? What's going on with him? That's the question there. I need to know the proper story. Will Ospreay, you already international champion that you just won back at AEW Allin against MJF. Now you compete for a tag team title. You're going to be a double champion with Kyle Fletcher. Are you going to beat the Young Bucks? I mean, what's going on with that? So that needs to be unfolded September 25th at Arthur Ashe Stadium for them. But also, we got another important date, as you guys already know, the obvious October 1st, NXT's moving to CW. Now, we're reportedly having CM Punk come to NXT next week, and he'll be there October 1st. He has an announcement to make next week. We do know that 2 championships will be defended. We do know it will be Ethan Page defending the NXT championship against Trick Williams. We also know that Julia will be challenging Roxanne Perez for the women's NXT championship. So there's some big matches going on, guys. Big stuff going on. We got to see where the stuff is going to lie, what's going to make sense, what doesn't make sense. I would like to see what they're going to do with it, because if you guys don't deliver with stories, you're going to get clowned, and that's what we don't want. I'm talking about anybody. I will come down on it. We got some major stuff going on here. Major stuff going on. Marshall, salute to you. You said, yo, WWE is greater than AEW. Okay? No, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I know right now, NXT is the top show. They're doing the best right now as far as storytelling and quality of matches. AEW is trying to do better. They're slowing up, but they still have room to improve. They still need some things to need to work on. Let's check over the highlights of both shows. Let's remember. Let's go over NXT first. If you guys remember, Trick Williams and Pete Dunne was in the main event, and this was for a number one contendership to face Ethan Page for his title, the NXT Championship at CW. Great match. If you guys missed it, check it out.
Trick trying to get to his feet. Page! Page!
So that was the main event of NXT, the recent episode. And it ended up with Trick Williams winning the match, and he will go on face Ethan Page. So that is in the books. If you guys remember, for AEW, for Grand Slam coming up, now this is not for no match or nothing, but for on Dynamite, we did see a good highlight too, and we saw Ricochet and Will Ospreay.
Ricochet, catch him midair, fireman's carry. Great counter there by Ricochet. And Ricochet, no, Sammy counter!
So great highlights from both shows. But we gotta go over the numbers. We gotta call it how we see it. And I'm being down the middle. At the end of the day, despite all of that, both shows did better as far as rating goes. They did. Now, the thing about it is, NXT, they came in, they actually lost a little viewership there. They actually lost some viewership. Like I said, that could be said that the presidential debate, whatever the case may be, it could be said for that. But the fact remains, they still lost some type of viewership. So, this week for both shows,